You know, with all the stuff going on right now that I want to talk about, JD Vance is not one of the people I want to talk about, but I'm going to. Besides the fact that you don't
fork with cats or their owners.
I don't know if you could understand that.
Cats don't fork with cats or the owners are cat ladies, okay?
Sorry, I'm having too much fun. Before I do anything, there's a pony sighting there. Right there. Pony, pony, pony. Pony. Pony, pony. Right there. He's literally Moses height. Sorry, that's my hair. Pony, pony, pony. With ABBA song. Anywho, it's not even the cats stuff I'm going to talk about. My mutuals have already talked about this, and Therese has a great point in one of her videos about how most of the men who say like cat lady, they usually end up being TDF. TDF? You know? I'm done with this for now. Bye! FM mode. That, you know, anybody who talks about cat ladies is an Inchmel or whatever, or The Wall, or 50-50, or Ran Through, or anything. Teresa's talked about this. If you're not following her, what's wrong with you? But I want to talk about an interview or a speech, or I don't know, we'll see, I forget. We're going to go through a story of something he said. And I just like, this man, this is why men, like, not only do you need to deal with your patriarchy stuff, please heal your trauma. Like, seriously. God, okay, sorry. Let's just get into it. Now, anybody who's following me, hopefully, I don't need to tell you any of this stuff, but I just want to connect some dots or maybe tell you more. I will not do a deep dive on this guy because that is a waste of my time. If you are thinking about voting for this, like, I don't even know why you're watching my stuff other than to hate watch. But like, men who look like this, the way that they will talk, like, they are, I mean, if you were at least like not so silly looking and just sad, like, this is why women don't date short guys. Women don't want to mess with, not all, know some very lovely shorter men, but they have to really deal with a lot of that entitlement that patriarchy gives them because they get so mad and jealous of other men and they take it out on women and that insecurity and everyday. So like if you are like super hot, bro, maybe I would understand how you can be so arrogant. In fact, while I was researching this, it made me think of another dude who talks about cat ladies. And again, they're all the same. This is like dog whistles for like Inchmel, like red pill, like blah. Made me think of the other dude who loves to say this. I couldn't remember who it was, so I just typed Botox Republican Convention. That's how I found him. This guy. Sorry for the jump scare. Should have done trigger warning. Like, dude, how are you gonna be like transphobic and like, no, you can't alter yourself, but like you literally look like Beavis or Butthead or a combination of them. I mean, all I had to do was Google this. It literally looks like this dude, but like with a little of that. I don't like to make fun of people's looks, especially because looks are not something you can help. The way that these dudes think they're like, I gotta stop saying this. I was about to say they think they're Brad Pitt. Fork that dude. I don't even know how to make a video on him because I have like so much stuff. I get overwhelmed at the idea of organizing it into one video. Either way, y'all took on the wrong people. But I'm gonna get back to the whole point of this. If I haven't already convinced you, like seriously, if they're gonna do a study one day and be like, how do you piss off the most people and like get people to not vote for you who probably may have, despite how awful you are? You mess with cats. But I want to get into this stupid thing he did because I just want, like, it's so ridiculous. It kind of makes sense this was in the OC, honestly. I mean, if you know, you know. And he's been saying this kind of crap for after the revolution, the children, they really suffer. And like, I'm gonna get into this dumb book later. Not much, because I will never read this. But just a couple parts to like put some context to the things he's about to say in this speech. And the dude who wrote Hillbilly Elegy, which like you are like cosplaying a hillbilly. You were born in Ohio. Like your whole life is in Ohio. You just want to be Southern so bad. And he brags about how his grandparents did not divorce despite an incredibly chaotic marriage in a lot of ways. Wait, I don't know if you know this yet, but we're going to go into just chaotic. Chaotic is an interesting word choice. He said that some couples now see marriage as a basic contract like any other business deal. That's literally what it is. That's all it is. It's a business contract. That's all it is. Hopefully there's love involved, but that's all it is. This is one of the great tricks. God, I wish I had my puppets. Well, hold on. This is one of the great tricks that I think the sexual revolution put on an American populace. Sorry, this is too annoying. I'm not going to do it. Which is the idea that, these marriages were fundamentally, like, I'm putting the like in myself. They were like maybe even violent. Just un petit peu violent. But certainly they were unhappy. And so getting rid of them and making it easier for people to just shift spouses, like they changed their underwears, their breeches. I'm surprised you didn't say breeches, brah. That's what my grandma would have said. How southern are you? Breeches in the wash. Sorry. That's gonna make people happier in the long time. Sorry, I just have to use these stupid voices because I can't get through this without it. I'm sorry if it's annoying. Sorry, not sorry. He added, and maybe it worked out for the moms and dads, though I'm skeptical. But it really didn't work out for the kids. What about the kids? The kids of those marriages. I think, I'm just going to go all over the place. And I think that's what all of us should be honest about. We run this experiment in real time. And what we have is a lot of very, very real family dysfunction that's making our kids unhappy. Just wait until I read about his meemaw and what that crazy lady did to his pappy, whatever he calls him. I'm so confused as to whether he said this before or at this thing or whatever. I don't even care. This is how this man thinks. That's all we need to know. Okay, look at this. This is some other crap he said. One of the great tricks. There's two? There's two? I thought the other one was the big trick. There's just so many tricks of this sexual revolution. You know what the other trick is? You getting to fork women and not have to parent children you don't want. But whatever. Okay. Blah. Sorry. ADHD. Control it, Melanie. Okay. There's this contention that domestic violence would somehow go down if progressives got what they want. When in fact, modern society's war, pew, 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 brrr, war on the family. I love the way they use these words. War on families has made our domestic violence situation much worse. Lies. And a fair person would recognize I was criticizing the progressive frame of the issue, not embracing it. What are you talking about? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, the reason why I'm like, I try my best to research everything as much as I can. I do not have a fact checker. When I was writing for publications, there was like 6 people above me to make sure that all my facts are straight because the internet is full of so much information and I can only contain so much in my head and on my phone. So, I mess up sometimes. Okay, let me mess up. This, I don't even care. I don't even care with this guy because they just, even if they say one thing and the next day they're like, I didn't say that. Even there's public record. I didn't say that. No, that's what I mean. Fake news. So all I know is that this guy, like, whatever. We know he has said this at some point. But the reported rate of DV in the U.S. has actually declined over his lifetime. And that's the reported. You know what? You know who was reporting probably less back in the day? Was your Mima, who probably wasn't like couldn't like was being a hostage like most of our Mimas. Most of our Candace Kelly writing a book about this. Most of our Mimas were hostages. My grandmother literally held hostage for 20 years. She was treated terribly, physically, like all of that stuff, all the violence. So she forked the neighbor. She forked the neighbor for like 20 years because my grandpapa would not give her a divorce. Good for her. Anyway, do you think she reported that? Probably not, because you think the police cared? They don't care now. You really think they cared back then? And who cares anyway? Because like 42% of them are admitted abusers. Blah. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to get into more of this in a second, but this is how it's like. When they report on his family, they're like, or he talks about it. Look at it. Vance turns a hillbilly attitude. Why that should have never made the New York Times bestselling list. That should have never been made into Ron Howard. Look how he's like into brushes with domestic violence and divorce and things. Her mother addicted and Vance was raised by his grandparents, whose relationship he said was tumultuous and violent. But y'all, just wait till you see how violent. Tumultuous is also chaotic. Tumultuous is a very interesting word choice. His grandfather, who he called Pow Pow, that's actually what I called one of my grandfathers, Pow Pow, was a violent drunk, Vance wrote in his book. And his grandmother, whom he called Mau Mau, was a violent non-drunk. Sounds like the classic alcoholic and codependent or Al-Anon or whatever you want to call it relationship. It's to a T. Alcoholic needs an enabler. They need one. They won't survive without one. But the enabler is an angry person. I'm telling you, that's why I don't date addicts. Don't marry addicts. If they are not in like strong recovery, you are going to become such a bitter, resentful person. And oftentimes like just as violent, and maybe not physically, but violent in so many ways as him. Maybe more so. One night, he said, Mama threatened to unalive Pow Pow if he came home drunk again. A week later, Pow Pow came home drunk and fell asleep on the couch. Fell asleep, interesting choice of words. Pass out, okay. Mama never wanted to tell a lie. Calmly retrieved a gasoline canister from the garage, poured it all over her husband, lit a match, and dropped it on his chest. He said his grandfather burst into flames that were extinguished by his 11-year-old daughter. Whose 11-year-old daughter? Very confused by that. Paw Paw's? Vance's grandparents were separated for many years but did not divorce, he wrote. Look at this. Oh my God. This is so ridiculous. Look at this. They were together until the end, till death do us part. Imagine telling this story and be like, till death do us part is so important, even if your wife tries to burn you alive. You gotta stay with her because you gotta believe in marriage. This is like not only, like this is insulting to women and it's also insulting to men. What? Sorry, I'm gonna give you all a different view because that pony ain't coming back anytime soon. Lucky is standing in for Mose today. Mose is in the green room. Oh, green room. I didn't even know I was making the joke. Anyway, that was a really important thing to my grandmother and my grandfather. That was clearly not true in the 70s and 80s. You know, these stupid, silly little feminists were like, hey, maybe you shouldn't burn your partner alive. What, bro? You don't even make any sense. You are like this. Oh! Like how he thinks this is somehow a feel-good story. Like if you told any other story, you might convince somebody that marriage is a good thing and you should stay no matter what. But of all the stories, you're so dumb. Like, oh God, good. I'm glad. The event's moderators asked Vance what cultural avenues or government policies he would support to reinvigorate American belief in the institution of marriage. You know what will reinvigorate that? I can tell you right now. Stop killing us. Stop taking all our money. Stop cheating. Stop baby trapping. Like all those things. I'm just gonna give you some Cliff's notes. I'm gonna give you some free advice. But no, let's ask Vance, who has a great role model, Papa and Mima. Vance said, among other ideas, he would look to Hungary for inspiration. Oh, I can't wait to see what Hungary did. Hold on. Look at Hungary. An effort to buck the country's declining birth rate. The government of Hungary's prime minister in 2019 began subsidizing loans for up to 10 million foreign, I don't know how to say that, about 27,000. Oh, I was like 10 million. So, okay, 27,500 to newly married couples if the bride is younger than 41. Does this include child brides? Just curious. Wouldn't be surprised. That's how these kind of dudes think. The loans are forgiven if the couples have at least 3 children. Like, okay, well, bro, if you can't get up or you're shooting blanks, sorry, you got to pay back the money. Like, can you imagine getting a loan? It's a loan. And then you have fertility issues. And then now you got to pay this money back. Couples who divorce Move abroad or remain childless after 5 years must pay the loan, including interest. This is a bad business deal. Like, Vance, oh my God. I'm glad that the things you're suggesting are so dumb. It's really crazy, Vance said. The amount of marriages that have skyrocketed and the amount of stable long-term marriages has skyrocketed too. And you know what? They're burning each other alive, but they love it. So I couldn't help but go on his little Wikipedia page. I'm not doing a deep dive. This is as far as I'm going with this dude. Okay, so, born Ohio, college Ohio, Ohio. You just want to be from Kentucky so bad. You want to be from below the Mason-Dixon so bad. You just wish you had been able to own people. The good old days. By the way, can we talk about this like marriage thing? The whole like war on marriage thing? Because, okay, I don't want to go into it very much. I just got to tell you this tiny little, this quote. When I was living in Spain teaching English, like not my host family, I didn't live with them, but they kind of like made sure, they made sure I was all settled. They were super cool, right? And at dinner one night, they're like, I don't understand. Why do Americans always talk about family values and family is important and war on the family? Family. Why do y'all talk about it so much? And I'm like, oh yeah. So you see here, this thing is like, you know how like someone who's really insecure about something, like people who are like really not confident will be like, I'm the best in the world, because they're overcompensating and projecting because they know the truth is they don't really like, they're like really bad at that thing. So they're like, I'm the best. Right? Like that's what we do with family. We treat families like crap. We're all about individualism. Like that is the foundation, like that's what we're indoctrinated with. It's not, obviously this varies from community to community, but like, you know, like we don't care about families. And even if we do care about families, the government doesn't care about families. So they don't pay for anything. They pay for nothing. They hate children. They hate moms. They hate everybody. But they really hate women, black, indigenous, other people of color, disabled people, anybody who's not a cishet man or woman. They hate the LGBTQ plus community entirely. They hate like the poor. They hate everybody. So families, they really hate families. Community, hate it. So of course, that's why we talk about it all the time, because we're so bad at it on a collective. Like that's like we do not support financially. The institutions do not support families at all. That is why we talk about it all the time. Like, we care about this. Especially the Republicans. No, you don't, brah. So anyway, people have asked me that a lot, but that was the first time I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, how do I explain this? Everything that we say, just like everything that white people say, it's projection. Everything that men say, it's projection. When we're being racist or when men are being sexist or when whatever, it's always projection. They're lazy. Okay. My people owned people so they wouldn't have to do anything. Okay, but everyone else is lazy. Men are like, you're bad drivers. Okay, ask the insurance company. You're baby trap. Okay, what? You're gold diggers. Okay, homosexual. Everything is projection, right? So a lot of countries around the world are so confused by this because they're like, why do y'all talk about this all the time? That is why. And anything you hear men talk about is what they actually feel or what they're insecure about or it's always projection, just like the narcissist. Whatever the narcissist says is always confession. So anyway, just like all the people who care so much about everybody, who want the family, they hate abortion, even though most abortions are done by women who actually have children. And it is usually oftentimes to protect the family. You should be able to just pew pew anybody. Like they hate all this stuff, right? We know that. But listen to this. Vance is an outspoken critic of childlessness, linking it to sociopathy. Oh, we're the sociopaths. Projection. It's always projection. And the fact that he, and advocating that parents should have more voting power than non-parents. It's, so ridiculous. So I don't want to call him JD. I want to call him James Donald. James! Donnie! Where the hell did you get Vance? Actually, I'm sure it says, I don't care. Even this nonsense that his book helped understand how No, firmly disagree. The funny thing is this dude liked Obama. He loved Bill Clinton. He was against Like these dudes, they just switch to whatever they think that people want to hear. He's just a poor boy with a vaguely southern accent, raised by a single mom and heavy doses of loving grandparent. Loving grandparent, really? Okay, that sounds like a house of horrors, but they're loving. Like, like, this is why when people are like, you hate men, you're bitter. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I want so much better for men and women and everybody than that dude. That dude wants children to be raised in how, like, literally uses his grandparents as an example of why, no-fault divorce should go away. So you are stuck with someone you hate so much that you will light them on fire. Like, what? I don't want pawpaws getting burned alive by their wives. I don't know. I think I care more about men than this man does. And this is what I mean. Men who are really insecure and who just can't hate themselves will make everyone suffer. So, that's why do not date these really insecure men. Do not marry these insecure men. Do not elect insecure men, because they will make everyone suffer, because that's all they know. They hate themselves so much that they will just focus on, like, torturing everybody else to avoid dealing with their entire past, which sounds like a terrifying childhood, and then basically just become like dog whistle, like proud white supremacist, misogynist, like all of it. I know therapy does not heal men immediately. I know it doesn't even work on the men if they're not really wanting to change. But I swear to God, if people, not just men, women, like so many of my problems came down to me repeating cycles of violence in my family and in my upbringing. But guess what? I got help, and I'm living a healthier life, and I actually like myself. Not every day. Sometimes I still hate myself. Oh, look, there's the pony. Pony, you came back. There he is. He's like literally the height of Mose. Anyway, we cannot save men. Definitely can't save men like that. But we can stop marrying them, stop giving them children. Don't ever vote for them, for sure. Don't be friends with them. Don't bail them out if they get arrested. Like, don't ever let them move in with you. Cut off all your resources from men like that. Because it is only when they would not get to where they are if they didn't have enablers. They have a whole system set up to benefit them, but they would not get to where they are without women, especially, enabling this crap. I'm not blaming the women in his life for what he's doing. I'm just saying, cut off all your labor from men who will not deal with their past and who find it much easier to just go straight to the right, to the alt-right, and just want everyone to die rather than go to therapy and heal their trauma and question these systems of oppression. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I will probably never be talking about that man again because I can't stand him. And even if you do not like Kamala and you vote in the U.S., this is team sport, man. Whatever revolutionary that you think revolution might happen as a result of not voting for her, that is literally never happening. We already saw with Trump. All he did is like stack the courts. And now we have a bigger fight. Please, I don't care if you like her. Get on board. I don't want, this is harm reduction, okay? And also, this tank top is my favorite ever. Anyway, let me know if you heard the comment song. Follow me on Patreon where I do travel stuff, my lives. I just did one with Cecilia Regina. And at the very least, even if you can't afford it, just sign up over there. Oh my God! Sign up over there so that you get notified when I do stuff and so that you can stay and you don't forget I exist, because the algorithm maybe doesn't send my stuff to you. Anyway, et voila! He's got a tale that it seems to me, it reminds me of childhood's memories, not really everything. A pony is pony coming song. Sorry, la 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 la. Now and then when I see his hair, and meow 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 meow. Look at this, y'all. Scratching his butt, pony scratching his butt. I love him so much. Sweet pony of mine. Sweet pony of mine. Comment songs are getting crazier. Now and then, when I meow, 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 I forget the words and I'm making this up. Look at these two worthless sidekicks who don't want to work. Watch out, trigger warning. Comment songs are unhinged. More and more and more and more and more and more. Comment songs are unhinged, but I think you like them anyway. Your time is running out. Bye bye. Let me know if you heard this. Et voila.